G'day and welcome to the Hunting Connection podcast. My name is Zach Williams and I am your host. Here we'll connect you with hunters, fishers and outdoor enthusiasts from around the globe. This podcast will share hunting and fishing stories, including past experiences, and tackle the tough hunting stereotypes our community faces. We hope to be a positive influence to those outside the community while also having a laugh along the way. Hope you enjoy the podcast. G'day and welcome to another episode. Today we have a Rut-Tacular episode. I'm coming live from deer camp with Joshua Haines. How you doing, brother?
Good, mate. And you?
Yeah, good, man.
What a day, eh?
Oh, it's been a long one, that's for sure.
Mate, she's been from sleeping to getting woken up after your drive down.
Yep.
To full action, roaring and croaking.
1 a.m. starts and as a rock up, there's red deer roaring, there's fallow croaking. It's been freaking insane, man.
Mate, she's been a cracker day. It's been
Crack a week for you, man. How long you been down here in deer camp for?
Well, unfortunately, it came to 15 days, probably 16 days, I reckon, today. But I was supposed to go home in midweek, but the family got COVID, so I couldn't push back.
Unlucky, but lucky at the exact same time, man.
Yeah, she's good, man. Been a good day, good week.
Give us a quick rundown on some of the animals that have hit the deck over that past 16 days.
Mate, my rut this year's been more so helping friends and good mates out to get some deer.
Thank you, sir. And
it has been awesome. Like, I've really enjoyed doing it. I had Judd down and he shot a nice 10 in amongst 22 hinds. But, that hunt there was a matter of running, walking slow, listening, pick up the game, get in there.
Wicked.
And then it's like...
It's a beautiful deer.
Oh, mate, she had everything. Like, and then the next hunt was with Josh, and the same thing, man. Like, it's many words into one, but the whole description take days to explain.
And if you don't have Hainesy on Instagram, or you don't have Josh Pro Hunter 27, get over to there. I'll share the video on the hunting page on the Insta page, but go check out the video. You almost got bowled over by a red stag, man.
But even today, mate, like with your hunt, like it was rocking up. I jump out of bed, Zach, get geared up, we're going, and it's like...
Get out of me driving clothes, into me hunting clothes, chuck pack on, load the rifle, go drive down.
Yeah, it was like a quick handshake, bit of a hug, get in the car, get ready to go, and off we went, and she was... straight into the action, wasn't it?
Yeah, took a photo at 6:45 and by 7:15 we had a beautiful red stag down.
Yeah, well, you did.
Beautiful in my eyes. Yeah. Nah, it's team effort, man.
I seen him probably 7 days ago and I was like in love. Like this stag, he's not a typical 12 or a typical 14 or whatever, but he's a
mongrel.
Unique deer.
Mongrel like the guy that shot him.
Nah, yeah, well, that's debatable, but no, in a hunt like on a red stag or a deer or whatever, I believe it's the lead up to it.
100%.
So that today was like, g'day Zach, how you going? Good to see you. Catch up,
Fucking boom.
I don't mean to be rude, man, but get your gear on, and I'm like, I'm ready to go straight out the box, and he's like, let's have a coffee. And then we had a coffee, we got in the car and off we went. And it's like, we pull up, we get out of the car and I'm like, how you feeling? He's like, how you feeling? And he's like, listen to that. And I'm like, yeah, man.
Red's roaring everywhere, fallow croaking.
We're going to be on. And he's like, all right, this is pretty cool. But, to start a hunt and just pull up and pause, not get into it straight away and listen is like, that's what connects us guys as hunters and makes the whole journey spectacular.
100%.
Because today for me wasn't just leading a mate onto a deer, but it was just another hunt that was it. I froth on every hunt.
In the books,
like,
you went off.
You've seen it.
You went off. It was good. It was good.
But the thing is, like, what did you expect when you were coming down, Zach? Like, that's your question too.
Look, the lead up, seeing Judd take a deer, seeing Josh take a deer, seeing you take that beautiful mongrel head that you took. Give a quick rundown on that one.
That was a real big mission. That was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I've been walking around.
Deer camp in 16 days, man. That's
I'm like a
not many
gazelle.
people can imagine that.
I'm like a gazelle at the moment. I got legs. I just keep going. But yesterday I walked about 7.5 k's in the morning, and I got back to the car, and I'm like, something just looked odd. And it was a fair way away, and I just looked at it.
Fair way away. You took me back to the spot where you spotted it from, and you're like, oh, see that hill that's about 2 kilometres away? Yep. Well, the hill behind that is where I seen a slight dot move in the distance. It could have been dust across my eyes, but raised the binos, and there were 2 reds out in the paddock.
Yeah.
That was an insane spot.
It was out of character, but I guess when you're in tune with what's been going on in 15 days.
Yeah, well, not many people get to get in tune like that after spending 15 days in roaring reds and croaking fallow.
Oh man, I really do love being out and whatever else, but due to an unfortunate situation with my family, I had to be out for that long.
Yeah,
but
you made the most of it.
Yeah, I did make the most of it, but that was because I was going stir crazy as well.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have been home. But due to that, I managed to spot and stalk a pretty awesome stag, as you've seen. And, so basically I spotted that stag from, what do you reckon, about 10 Ks or a little bit closer or?
Yeah, maybe as you walk 10 Ks, but probably like 5 or 6 K spot as the crow flies.
Yeah, about 5 or 6 Ks as the crow flew. And I'm like, I'm at the car, so I'm going to drive and cut the distance off. So I cut that distance off, and then I'm like, pack on, get in there. But the wind was blowing out of my what do you call it? My benefit. So it was blowing into the scrub. So if I went around and went along the edge of the scrub, it would have spooked them. So I predicted the cutoff line, I guess. Yeah. And I got in on that distance and walked through. I was walking for probably maybe 20 minutes, and then I heard a roar, and I'm like, that's maybe 200 metres to my left from where I am now in the location in the bush. So I pushed a little bit further up, and if you guys are listening and you understand what I'm saying, like it was 10 metres. It was a cut-off line between 10 metres and...
In thick, dense scrub. Like, it's thick. Yeah. Once you get out of those paddocks, it's...
it was a home scrub on the basically the station that I was hunting, and it was thick. And, she was up close and personal, and it was now or never. And bang. And then the rest is history.
Beautiful 6 on one side, and tell us about the monstrosity on the other, mate.
Oh, the other side had a real big long spike, but
like 2 foot long a spike.
I'd almost call it a deer killer. Like if there was another stag coming in and trying to take over his herd, which he had about 15 hinds with him, I reckon he would have struggled.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. If he tucks that under the shoulder, man, that's a dead deer.
Yeah, and if it was polished like your tip today, mate, she would have been a dagger.
Yeah, so this was all the lead up. I'm hearing this from Hainesy. So my expectation was to see deer, get on deer, maybe have a pretty hard morning and maybe get something. But straight into it. Hainesy's been scouting this property for the last 16 days, as you heard, so he knows where most of the stuff's moving, where to find stuff. He's got cell cams, so he's getting live updates when he gets in signal. Emails just going off. But we're walking down, following him. He goes, all right, the reds will be out here on the right-hand side of this tea tree. Fair enough.
Predict them to be out the right.
Kilometre up the road, up the path, here's these reds. Spotted a couple hinds, a couple calves, and then he goes, oh, got a stag. So we've duck down, the wind swirling all over the place.
Oh, left,
it was horrible.
up, down, around. How bad was that wind?
But we've tucked into the long grass. We got down. We're like, all right, if we get up here, we should be all right. This stag, we haven't had a proper look at him to see what he exactly was. He's come down the fence line, and we're waiting on the other side. We're waiting. We've seen a bunch of hinds in the distance. We hear another red stag start going off behind those hinds, and we're like, oh fuck, we've missed him. He's moved through. He's picked up pace and moved through Hainesy's glass and trying to get a spot on him. And then out to your right from where you were glassing, this red stag's just appeared out of the scrub, and I've gone, like 5 minutes beforehand, there was a fallow standing there. Not a bad buck, you know. But yeah, he was standing there, and then I look over and here's this red stag. I've gone, Josh, stag. I've dropped down to my knee, tucked it in, and boom, Josh has just filmed. He got the shot on footage. And yeah, it was a 80-yard shot. This stag probably ran
perfect shot.
Probably ran 30 meters, man. Like it was incredible.
Yeah.
Here's a bit of sound from that now. That's the shot. That's as soon as Hainesy started filming. Chucking another load in, and he is down. There's Hainesy on the video. This is the initial raw reaction.
How do you feel, mate? Good shot.
Fuck yeah, brother.
Well, man.
Thank
Good
you.
work.
Thank you.
Just shot his first red.
Stag.
Red stag.
So yeah, that's the raw emotions coming straight away, and then you've got us walking up on this deer. I got excited. I seen a big clump of dry sticks, thinking that was the antlers.
I just put the fucking crosshair on the shoulder.
Yeah.
So I have no clue what he is.
Yeah, he's a nice big long 8, I reckon. Look at the length.
Speeding up, running almost on a light run up to this deer now.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, mate, Zach, he drove down from 1 a.m.
That's
7:11 in the morning, and he shot himself his first southeast red, and it's a freaking whopper. It is a very big one. Look at that, mate.
Fuck yeah.
It's getting bigger as we're getting closer. Oh, this is the cool one. This is the cool one. Watch out, mate. He doesn't just check him. Yeah. This is an awesome one. Have a look at that.
Look at that shot placement.
Perfect shot.
Yeah, awesome shot.
What do you reckon, bro?
Fuck yeah, man.
Are you happy with that?
That's about all my reaction there. You know, I was very excited.
I don't know how many successful hunts I've done, guys, but I tell you what, that there was one of the memorable ones, because as Zach witnessed, man, like even though I've done a lot, I still get pumped up. I get excited. I really enjoy getting a mate onto a deer, and
Yeah,
Even
it's one of the
doesn't-
best feelings getting someone onto, like, that was my first, like, I've shot a hind, I've shot 2 spikes, that was my first proper red. So, you know,
mate, yeah, but
I've taken people to get their first fallow, I've taken,
Yep.
you know, bow rifle, it's a fucking
Yeah.
wicked feeling, so.
yeah, those guys out there that understand where I'm coming from, like, it's, you go, yeah, no, come down, come for a hunt and have a look, see what you see. If you get onto a deer, happy days, all good. But to see a mate come down, 2 years in the making.
Yeah, we've been planning this for 2
Yeah.
years, you know.
We're at the ute, we get out, we get all that gear on, we're in the spot.
6:45, we're
Yeah.
walking away from the ute, and as you heard, 6:11, man. Yeah, hang on. That's This is exactly what it sounded like. Reds, fallow going everywhere.
Yeah. She's going off. Like, it was a really good morning. And I'm like, mate, I got a good feeling about today.
Yeah.
And he's like, I got a good feeling too. And
This is how I felt as soon as I got it done.
Dad, I did it.
Yeah, no, she's it was awesome. Like, it not only was it a hunt on an animal, but it was also like getting in there, harvesting an animal and getting some food.
Yeah, I didn't even have time to drop. Like, I've dropped down to my knees, I've tucked in, I've braced, I've taken the shot off of my knees, like crouching down.
Yeah, a freehand shot they call it.
Yeah, it was
pretty
bad.
awesome. Not bad for a bow hunter either. I must admit, guys, it was pretty cool.
You were pretty shocked. So was I, though.
Yeah,
I think the deer was more.
I think he was like, what happened? Like, why was I here in the wrong time? I should have followed the ladies.
No, it was good.
Was pretty cool.
And then after we did the whole photo thing, took a bunch of photos.
Yeah.
Went down right next to a creek that runs through the property. Bam, there's 40 fallow out in the paddock.
Oh,
There was, we had probably 10 does in front of us and a young buck. There was a nice, what do you reckon that buck was out the back that we could see the sun glistening off his antlers?
Yeah, he was probably a little bit over 200.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a nice deer.
Real nice.
He's definitely a nice buck, but...
So as we speak now, Josh and Caleb from Send It Mate, they're on the way up here. It's Friday afternoon. I've been up since 1 a.m. I left the house, drove 3.5 hours, got up here a bit early, but yeah, worked out perfectly. And then Josh and Caleb are coming out, so hopefully we get Caleb onto a fallow buck tomorrow. And
our next goal is Caleb, isn't it?
Yeah. And then today I got a grand tour of the property from your brother who manages the station.
Yeah. It's been a really good call.
Very, very unique station. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Lots of wicked terrain. Seen 3 species of deer so far. Almost got a shot out on a rooster. I reckon it was a spike.
Spiky.
But couldn't quite seal the deal.
Bit rushed though. It was kind of like a bit of a... It was like a, here we are, how you doing, back up.
He's
bang,
turned over
away.
and then he's gone.
It was a windy day too.
But it was cool to see it. Like, there's not many places around that are free range that you're going to see more than, 2 different species of deer, especially in Australia. Like, what species can you run into out here, Hainesy?
We've got Samba, Chiddle, fallow reds, and rooster.
That's insane.
Yeah,
and then you've also got some Mangle half-breed rooster Samba as well.
Yeah,
sometimes.
we've got the old rhubarbs as well. They're kicking around as well, which are pretty awesome to run into.
Yeah.
Because they're a tough animal, eh?
Yeah.
Like even though they're a hybrid, they are pretty strong, eh?
Yeah.
Like
I've seen that. We've gone up to the house and checked out Josh's brother's mounts in the house. He's got a beautiful red. He's got a beautiful fallow that's got a beautiful cape on it.
Yep.
And then he's got the sandbar in there. Nice, like not huge, but fuck, anyone would be happy to shoot
you'd
that.
You'd be happy with that. You shot that down here, you'd be living the dream.
Yeah, basically out his house window, he got that.
Yeah, yeah. Just walking across the front.
Yeah, down the driveway. Beautiful, man. But you can tell he's got some rooster genes in him too.
The Samba and the rooster down here, they definitely have a bit of fun together.
Yeah.
Put it politely.
But yeah, it was wicked. We milled around during the day checking out. Hainesy shot a fox on the go.
Yeah,
out
that's
the car.
right. Forgot about him. Yeah.
Beautiful fox. Because it was so windy, he had no clue what was going on out the car. He's looking around.
Yeah, on a sheep station down here, we got plenty of foxes coming in and whatnot. So the old pest control definitely takes toll over the deer.
Yeah, 100%. So
Zach was excited as what I was.
He got a 20 to 250 to the into the side of the head and got him down good. which is always good to see these pests.
But the coat on him was fluffy and beautiful.
Yeah, just blowing in the wind. He's standing there, and the wind's blowing through his fur, and he's like looking around, like what's going on? And then that was probably his last thought. And you had a hell of a spot of a castie today, driving along.
Mate,
and then,
we had a cracker day. Hang on, I'll repeat that. You've had a cracker.
We've had a cracker of a day, man. Mate, you've been even more stoked than me, man.
Mate, I absolutely love taking a good mate. Like, guys, this has been 2 years. I spoke to Zach, and I said to him,
we've known each other for about 8 years, but
longer than this. I said, get down here. We're going to stop. You're going to come down. He's like, yep, no, I will. This is like...
First year, baby
5 years ago.
Baby got in the way then.
Yeah. And it's like, it's eventuated. And 2 years ago, he's like, yeah, no, I'm coming. And then baby was coming, which was a bit of a surprise, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't a surprise, but it just
it's an awesome gift.
Yeah.
And then that didn't eventuate due to the fact that this special time with him and his partner was having a baby, and then...
The next year was COVID, and COVID. I think they were shearing down here.
They were shearing as well.
So I couldn't get down either.
Here we are now as we stand. He's pulled up. It's been really early. I was up. I couldn't sleep last night. I was ready to go.
I couldn't sleep. I was up at 1 a.m. and straight down here.
I was up. And then just to get in that paddock. And
running on energy drinks and service station coffee. Yeah, and
it's Ian, adrenaline.
If you're listening, service station coffee is not too bad, mate. You'll live.
Wait, does your car run on fuel? You run on servo coffee.
Yeah, exactly. What's a Rut without service station coffee, man?
Yeah, it's better than Nescafe, I tell you that. I've been on that for 15, 16 days now.
That's all right. I got some of those Tim's
coffee
tea bags. Yep. They'll get us going the next couple of days.
I cannot wait to get home and get on the Striker coffee in my coffee machine.
Yeah.
I must admit, though.
So, after, checking out the whole property, having a bit of a rest here and there, we had a pretty good breakfast, bacon, egg, hash brown, sangers, chatted to a few of the workers that kicked around here, checked out a few of the guns. Josh has got a nice gift here that he's doing some testing on for someone. If he wants to elaborate on that.
Yeah, no, Beretta Australia has sent me a Ticker Ultralight Alpine, which is a 300 Win Mag. And Zach uses a 300 Win Mag too, which he's used today, which is shot very well. It's also
T3
a
Strata.
T3 Strata. But no, I will be bolting that thing together with a Burrow scope on it, and we'll be testing that. So I'm looking really forward to getting that out and having a go, because I've got a Ticker 3006, and I've also got a Sauer 100 Timber Classic, which is in 300 Win Mag. But this thing here comes like Zach's rifle, comes with a muzzle brake, and his rifle feels so easy to shoulder.
It's light. It's beautiful.
It's light, and it shoots really well, and obviously accurate.
Yeah,
because that was really good today.
The
cracking shot, and
the Alpine that's got the fluted barrel on it too.
Yep, fluted barrel, and
fluted bolt.
Yep, fluted bolt and the fluted bolt with the extended what do you call that thing? The bloody
bolt arm.
Bolt arm, yeah. That thing, it's got the extended one, which yours does too.
That thing that you lift up and drop down to make things dead.
When you reload, when you need a reload.
It's been a long day, but then this afternoon we're going out for a hunt. Hainesy's picked up the bow.
Yeah,
I've taken the rifle, aiming for a rooster, a hind, a spike, a velvet buck, whatever, a velvet stag, but whatever walks out.
Yep.
I've tried most deer in Australia. I haven't eaten rooster yet, and from what
one.
Josh's brother said, they're one of the better eating deer around, especially these parts.
Yep.
Something about the southeast grazing pasture land, and the deer go together.
The deer are very good at finding, even though it's so dry this time of the year, coming into autumn and that, she's still pretty dry, like down here. That we've only had 43 mils of rain this year.
Yeah, well,
but the flats have got good chances and good number of deer coming in and eating the clover and the
how was that young fallow buck just out in the middle of the paddock, just in that green lush bit of pick there?
We come over the hill and I'm like, mate, I guarantee you. I didn't say guarantee. I said I know there's a fallow deer on this pick, didn't I?
Come over the top and there's this young little buck just chilling in there having a feed.
Yeah, beautiful coat, like real nice animal, and he's trotted 15 metres from that spot.
Yeah,
and we just kept motoring on, didn't interrupt him, whatever, and he just stood there looking at us. But that situation and moment just goes to show that these guys they're there having a pick, doing their thing. Just filling up for the night, because this time of the year is pretty tough for them.
Just even on our scout around today, when I was getting shown the whole property, like the amount of deer we pushed out, just ridiculous. Like we've seen some real nice dark black fallow, lots of spikers, like spike galore cruising around today.
Oh mate, I was going to put a post up, because I took a post the other day of 2 spikers out feeding, and I was going to write on there, if I had $1 in 16 days of
you'd have $16.
No, but like the amount of spikes that I've seen in 16 days, if I got $1 for every single one of them, it wouldn't be much, but probably be about $60.
Yeah, no,
that's a lot of deer.
Yeah, no,
that's a lot. And you could get right in on them and take some serious photos, which I need to take my camera.
Yeah,
I got to start taking my camera, because I've had some pretty awesome situations. But
I had some cool encounters.
Even today, man. Like,
tonight,
man, like it's just another experience for someone. Like the Rut is just, it's not.
Well, even out here when we got back after having dinner, you know, you're standing out there on the phone to Josh and Caleb and just out in the distance, man, just bucks going nuts. Like it's insane.
It's pretty cool. It is a special time of the year, and I do love sharing that with friends. Like when I say friends, it's like mates that I've known for a long time.
Yeah,
just get
100%.
out, come and have a listen, come and have a hunt. Good time, have a cook up.
It's been a really, really great opportunity, and you know it's only day one.
Yeah,
I was here for 2.5 days,
mate.
But yeah.
She must feel like it's been a long day for you.
Oh man, it feels like it's been 2 days. Like it feels like I shot that red yesterday, man. Like
that, mate. Like I said before, like I can't fathom the whole experience. I do fathom it, but I can't fathom it enough, because I just enjoy it so much. Hey?
Yeah, no, it's good. Like we broke down that red deer. We got it where we're staying. We got a shearer's quarters, so we're. Hence the podcast, you know, we got power, we've got hot water for showers, we got fucking everything, you know. You name it, we got it here.
And for me to share this experience with you, Zach, man, this is 2 years of you need to come down here.
Yeah.
2 years ago, man. And today, like, he rocks up. I'm out of bed. I'm already up. I turn the light on. As soon as he pulled up, turn the light on, and he's like, he's ready to go.
I've jumped out of the car. Let's go. What, you're still in bed, Hainesy?
Yeah. He's like, what are you doing sleeping? I'm saying, I wasn't sleeping. I haven't been sleeping like very well at all night.
Yeah, you're like, you've been up every hour on the hour. You're like, is he here yet? Is he here yet?
No,
is he here yet?
When I've got a mate coming down, I'm agitated, because I don't want them to have an accident, hit a deer or hit a kangaroo on the road down here, because there's a fair few animals on the highway coming here.
A lot of bunnies this morning for me.
So I was more.
Plus, you don't have signal as well.
Yeah,
in these parts
so
as well.
phone service down is terrible.
Yeah.
But
it literally goes with the wind. You'll be standing in one spot and the breeze picks up and it's gone.
I said to him, he goes, service dropped out. I said, just wait for the wind to come back and you'll be good. And he looks at me and I'm like, I'm not joking. And he goes, I got service back.
The wind picked up and then bam. But yeah, we went out on our little wander this afternoon. Yep. Josh's brother dropped us out on a prime spot where the rooster gets seen the most. As soon as we got there, we got out the car, we've walked down the fence line, and bam, there's 2 fallow out there. So Josh is like, all right, do you want to shoot them? I'm like, nah, it's all good. I'm here for a rooster now. I'll go find a rooster. Josh is like, I'm going to go have a crack at them. So we went our separate ways. I've wandered on the back of the scrub over the flats, had a look, and just fallow galore. I ran into 2.5-year-old bucks, watch one, another one at distance, just working his scrapes with a couple of does out in the flats. He's just
How
off.
good is it, man?
Oh, it was good. I was watching him for a bit because I've seen him run into the scrape, but I didn't see what his antlers were like. So I sat there for 10 minutes just watching him. I'm like, all right, is a youngish deer. I'll move on, keep looking for rooster. I had this red spike come screaming in out of the flats. He's come up. I've given him a couple of mules, and he's popped out of the bush. He's looking at me. I've managed to get a photo, tiniest little spikes on this fella, but he came in hot. Pushed out a couple of fallow spikes, and they've come roaring out of the bush and stopped, and what's that, 30, 40 metres. So if I had the bow, probably would have let an arrow fly. No luck on finding any rooster. Come around the edge of the scrub, an hour into the stalk as the sun set. It's coming in dark, and there's Josh. And he's like, man, I've had some shit luck.
I did let 2 arrows go. One only reason I let two go was because one, I stuffed up the first shot. Underestimated the distance.
Unfortunately, someone forgot their binos and their rangefinder in all the excitement of getting me ready to go look for a rooster. So
I thought we were going to stay together, and I just thought, no, I'll take the bow. You're pretty good with your distance, but
it's bow hunting, man.
Yeah, bow hunters, if you're out there and you're listening, you just got to take your rangefinder and your binos religiously.
Everywhere.
Just take them with you.
Well, you see me. I get out the car and I've got my bino harness on. I go to the toilet. I've got my bino harness on.
Yeah.
You never know when you're going to have to range and shoot a deer at this place.
Mate, I reckon he would have been under 20.
Yeah.
Oh, but beautiful white meanle.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't regret not taking him, because he would have been delicious to eat.
Oh, 100%.
Meat-wise would have been perfect.
We've
Skin
got
would have been amazing.
We've got the meat locker full of red there. You've got some meat from your mega funky...
Oh, that thing was a beast.
7-point.
Yeah.
6 on one on the other.
Yeah. See, like yesterday, I had an amazing hunt. Really awesome stalk. My prediction on the deer behaviour to put me in at 10 metres on that animal. But today, to get in there, the wind was going left, right, up, down, around. It was just...
It all came together. But as that deer came out, the wind just kind of just died. Mate. It just stopped.
Well, I was looking left, heard that distant roar, and then I'm glassing going, I reckon there's one out there. And you go, deer. And I'm like, what do you mean? And
I'm like, stag. And I've just dropped.
Yeah, he's dropped and he's like, no, that ain't working out. He's like straight up in the prone position, like from a free shot, from a sitting / knee out in front of you, with the gun up, like a free arm shot. He's one shot, bang, perfect.
Watched him. You'll see it on the video. I'll post it on the socials. And Hainesy was standing in perfect line. He's got a clear line of where this deer just drops. He walks, runs, stops, falls dead.
Went 15, I reckon.
Yeah. I reckon 30, but...
Yeah, but it's hard to say, man, because I got so long legs. I reckon he only took about 15 steps. And to explain the excitement between us both was just like...
Yeah, we wish we could have got the whole...
That was way too fast. It was like, man. And I'm like, Zach looks at me and I look at him and I'm like, oh. And he's like flipping it. And I'm like, yeah, man.
I'm swearing. I'm saying, fuck yes.
Yeah, the adrenaline was going, but like, it's just a hunt. Like, it's the excitement of seeing a mate achieve a goal.
Yeah.
And just to get in on an animal and cut his prediction, I reckon. Like,
that was good.
And achieve it. Yeah,
you said you reckon he's going to push through this patch of scrub. He'll pop up on the other side along this fence line, and that's Even though we thought he did something different, that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, he came right through there.
Perfect broadside, just stopped and boom, took out both lungs.
Yeah, the Tica Strata.
Top of the heart too.
Oh, perfect shot. And we took the kidneys, the liver, the heart, the tenderloins, the back straps, the back legs, the front legs. For those of you guys who haven't tried a red stag in the rut, mate,
just red deer in general. They're very underrated.
I do not understand why people think a deer in the rut is not enjoyable.
Yeah, it's how it's prepared. Like it's
Yep. Like even tonight, like we could have cut that back strap up and eaten it and gave it a little bit of flavour, like whatever spice you want, whatever.
Oh,
and
that chili salt that you made.
Yeah. No, that.
Tomorrow night we'll get a spiky in the morning, I reckon, and
we'll shoot that.
We'll hang a leg over the fire and all day. Splash it with some olive oil. Splash it. Just flick some of your chili salt on it. What's that other wicked spice you got there?
Oh, that barbecue one.
Yeah,
the barbecue spice. Yeah, she's pretty damn good.
That smells amazing. So we'll sprinkle some of that over it and just let it stew in its juices, just over the coals all day, I reckon.
No, the thing with deer camp this year is getting mates onto an animal, enjoying good company. Like I said, mates, just getting mates out and having fun and making sure they come. Like Zach's been
100%.
trying to get here 2 years.
Hey, if you've got friends that are interested in hunting or haven't had too much success, whether it's first of a species, whether it's, a personal best, and you can help them achieve that goal, get out there and do it. Like it's almost as rewarding, if not more rewarding, than shooting something yourself.
I think it's better than shooting something myself.
Yeah, 100%.
I'd rather see a mate froth out and enjoy what he's done.
And that's
take an animal, harvest an animal, because number one, they take the meat.
Yeah.
And then it's the memory, man. Like, look at the video, the photos, the experience. And like myself, like I've had plenty of opportunities come my way in my life, and I'm super blessed for that. Like,
and the hunting community in Australia isn't that big either. So if we can get someone out there to achieve their goals, get them on their first deer, their first of a species, their personal best, that's going to help retain them in the sport. And then they're going to bring someone in, and then that person's going to bring someone in. Like it's the only way we're going to grow and become a better community,
100%,
and be able to keep doing what we're doing. Like you look at every year with the duck shooting, how often does that come under fire in Victoria and South Australia?
The thing with duck shooting, guys, is if you guys enjoy your duck species, doing your duck shooting, whatever, you guys have got to get behind yourselves and you got to back each other. You got to, and even though you go, they'll put it through, I don't need to voice my opinion. You guys need to keep voicing your opinion, as we do with our deer hunting.
100%.
Reason being is they're going to keep helicopter shooting in parks, going to keep culling Victoria. But the question we ask ourselves is, what do I pay to hunt? Why do I do this? Why do I do that?
I just seen that. I got tagged in a post today. Adelaide Hills are spending $200,000 on reducing deer numbers through the hills. That's taxpayers' money, man. Like
that makes me disgusted.
We could pay more to go hunt these animals rather than the government.
Well, I wouldn't say hunt. I would say harvest, because reason being is, as a hunter, I would harvest the meat, take the animal, get it out of the bush.
100%.
I'd enjoy that meat. I'd enjoy the whole thing.
Like I'm talking today, I make bone broth.
We had a really good conversation. Even though we just took an animal's life, me and Zach sat there. We had a great conversation about
what bits are going to become what.
The whole animal, man. Like there's stuff that I didn't even realise myself. Like you taught me a couple of things today.
And that's the thing. Like you get out with guys that have done stuff different. You can build your knowledge off of one of another. Like it's good like that.
Yep. Nah, she would. I'm still buzzing from that hunt. It is pretty cool.
Well, fuck. It's 9:20 p.m. here now, and I've been up since 1 a.m. and I'm still got a bit of energy,
I've got plenty of energy.
I've never met someone with the energy you have. Like I said today, crackheads don't have as much energy as you have, man, or enthusiasm. But we're waiting for Caleb and Ryan to get here. Josh needs a few spikies or doughs for some meat, some sausages and stuff like that. Yep. He does a wonderful thing where he gives just the amount of venison he gives away to people that don't hunt, which is another great thing. If you can give out, mate. That's not just helping people out, but if you can give people venison who don't have access to venison, and they go, "Oh, my hunter friend gave me some venison," like is this your brother or is this Caleb and Josh?
Brother, I think.
Oh, nice. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna go out, find a couple of deer under the spotlight, just some freezer fillers, get back into it in the morning, and just
have fun.
Have fun, enjoy ourselves. Yeah. And hopefully get some sleep in the meantime. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do this as one little episode, but we'll probably do some more recording tomorrow night, hopefully with Josh and Caleb helping out, hear some stories from them as well.
Absolutely. Got to interview Josh about his red hunt.
Exactly. So we'll either turn this into one full podcast or a couple of little parts. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the Tacular special. And all right, catch you guys later. Well, we're back here at day 2 for me, day 1 for Caleb and Josh, and day 17 for Hainesy.
Someone's got to do it.
Fair effort, man. Fair effort.
What a day we've had. What a day.
Today has been a magic day.
It has.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not going to dispute that.
It was a rough day for some of us.
Started off with a bang.
It's a fucking drag as well. So, we're all a bit seedy this morning after getting on it last night. I was especially seedy. I was
tired, worn out, flogged out.
Ended up staying up for just over 24 hours yesterday, and
you look wrecked. Yeah.
I think it's caught up with all of us.
No. Fucking tonight. Caleb looks...
My eyes are hanging out my head tonight.
He looks albino. He's that tired.
He looks like a Thai Wolverine.
Bat has also been feeding on McDonald's for the past 6 months.
Oh, mate, I fed today. Don't you worry.
I reckon he's lost about 3 kilos since he's been here.
Oh, I reckon.
In 24 hours.
That's just fluids after a certain shot today.
2 weekends, I've probably lost 5 kilos.
Yeah, so today has been a very special day for one individual.
It has.
And he's not welcome back to Dick. He this morning was pretty much textbook. We set off on the same path we've done, last weekend a few times. Yeah. Seen many deer down that way, and to encounter the same deer that I chased probably 4 or 5 times this week, leading up to this morning's hunt, and to see Caleb, take his first shot at an antlered animal. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes,
it's pretty special.
So we separated. Josh and I went one way, and Hainesy and Caleb went the other. Josh and I seen freaking nothing. Yeah. It was barren land. Heard, one buck croaking, good over KOA, just nothing.
Flip of a coin, though. I'm so glad I picked left, though.
Yeah, you did well.
That's good. I mean, you knew left. You scouted left last week multiple times, so you knew somewhat of what you were getting into.
Yeah, right. Going right was unknown.
Yeah, definitely. Well, for us anyway.
For us, yeah.
But
unknown and not very spectacular. But 3Ks in, we get a phone call. Turn around, go get the car, meet us along the track.
That's because you had to be a part of the very special moment,
100%.
Which Caleb's going to tell us all about and right now.
Well, it all started with his first beer.
Well, it started with dragging our asses out of bed this morning, which is an effort in itself. But yeah, once we parked the car, split up, we've gone left, as you said. Zach and Josh have gone right, and then did our usual trick we've been doing for the last few weeks, where I follow Hainesy and he puts us in the right direction. And
we've all been there with him.
When we spotted, firstly, there was a heap of does. That was what we first encountered. And this
there were does everywhere. They're going nuts, weren't they? Running around, playing, and that was pretty cool, actually.
frolicking, I think is the word.
The does or you two?
Oh, we
weren't
just stop
frolicking.
hugging and get into the hunt again.
We were frolicking after the shot, but
Yeah, no, when I first spotted them, I was just like, man, there's a lot of deer there, eh? And I'm like, get behind, like, come right up behind me and just stay close because
that's how you like it.
that's how I like it. Nah, because when we got into where you took that shot from, there was deer 20 metres to our left and probably about 7 or 8 of them, and they hadn't known we were there. So I was keeping an eye on those as well as the buck and the other deer that were there, just checking behaviours and making sure nothing was going to run off and bolt. Otherwise, it would have been all over, I reckon. But
and that's what had happened
Yeah.
the week prior. The does were scaring everything off further down.
yep.
So I was worried that was going to happen again, to be honest. But yeah, the big boy.
So Hainesy got you right up behind him, and what happened next?
Well, I thought
I think he's still in shock, mate, to be honest. Like, he's fucking...
Hainesy or
lost
Caleb?
it.
Hainesy's still in shock from me.
He let a round off.
Caleb's had a fucking stiff dick for the last, 14 hours. He's all blood's gone to his bloody...
Jolly.
Yeah.
But
So
no.
this is not PC, is it?
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. It's a Rut Tacular special, man.
Rut-tacular, mate. That was this morning. Bit of a croak and a bang.
Oh, mate. It was,
So what happened? How did it go down?
Come on, mate. Let it out. Let the cat out the bag. The listeners are
he
going,
was
what's
slowly,
he done?
he
What's
was
he
slowly
done?
making his way into the scrub. This fallow buck, which he's a beautiful.
He was
He's not
He
a
is
buck.
beautiful.
It's a fucking Australian moose, dude. Like,
Yeah.
what Josh has against the fence outside, they're fallow bucks. Yours isn't. When the fallow buck is bigger than the red stags in camp, it's not a buck anymore.
Yeah, my fellow bucks are going in the bin. I'm not worried about
Even the
them
ones
anymore.
at home. Start over again.
So go on, how'd you feel with the shot? Like, he's obviously like got you next to him, laid you down.
Pretty much.
What we might do actually is cut back to what happened with your scope last weekend, leading up to this morning, because there's a bit of a history with this guy's rifle and also his hunting approach. Josh can back me up on this one.
I had a bit of
You're
a.
noisy. Oh, God.
This has become just a shitting on me fucking episode now, is it?
No.
When you shoot the biggest deer in camp, you have to get all the
fair.
shit.
I'll cop it. But nah, look, I'm not the most nimble.
Jack me nimble, Jack me quick.
I'm not the most.
Caleb
nimble
shot the
person,
biggest
but,
buck, so who cares?
Yeah, exactly. So, look, the week before we were up here, and I had an issue with my elevation turret, and yeah, it was doing my head in, and I was actually really pissed off with my rifle before I'd come back here, and I hadn't had a chance to do anything.
So what was wrong with it?
So
what's happening?
Oh, look, I didn't know where zero was. Probably.
Yeah.
It just had slipped.
So he's got a
I don't have zero
Vortex
stock.
Diamondback.
The vortex.
And it's got a turret that you slip to zero, but it doesn't have zero stock. So you can if it rubs against your bag or something,
It moves.
wind out.
Yep. So honestly, I was probably confident out to about 100 metres based on what the condition of the rifle was.
Yep.
And that's where we decided probably the best approach was try and get in a bit further than when we initially spotted him. So we did sneak up a bit closer.
Just-
That's
Just
why he come
quickly.
up behind me.
First though, he passed up three bucks last
last weekend,
week.
yeah, the first.
He's like,
No,
I want bigger.
It was only two.
No, there was three. There was a red stag that you fumbled around.
But do you know what? I was seduced. I was seduced by the fact that I saw the one I shot today last week, and then when I saw the other two that I had a shot at, and
They
I
look
passed
like
them up,
spikers.
I'm like, they look tiny. And I thought, no.
Mine looked tiny compared to that one.
It's ridiculously
So-
big and wide.
I think that's why I passed it
It's a
up.
good buck too.
I think that's why I passed them up last week.
But if you asked yourself that same question Like, was it worth passing up when you left like the other day?
At the end of last weekend, I was kicking myself because I thought, why did I pass up on the first day what I could have been, what I would happily have taken on the last day? I learnt that lesson hard.
Been there in New Zealand, man. Been there.
As a hunter though, and done a lot of it myself, passing up a buck like that, especially because I don't know how long you've been hunting and whatever else, but as a new hunter to pass up your first buck, that's pretty special, man.
Most people
to
just
have
send
the
it.
willpower to go, nah, I'm gonna let him go, and have a wait for the big one next weekend. He already knew what was going on.
In the moment,
you
I
know
just
what I
wasn't
mean?
feeling it. I wasn't feeling the two that were in front of me. And
And if you're not feeling it, you don't need to pull the trigger. Wait till you feel comfortable, till you feel like it's going to be good.
at the time, I backed that decision. I thought, no, I'm comfortable with that choice. But then at the end of 4 days, after doing 77 kilometres, that's when I had the second guessing.
But now, do you look back and go, I'm glad? Because you might not have had the drive to get out there and chase this fella.
I'm glad. I'm glad how it all went down and put in the hard yards.
And how he went down. He went
went-
down
he went
fast and
down
hard.
right.
Did. So the shot was a hard shot. So yeah,
Perfect shot.
he only went probably 5 metres, if that.
Yeah, 5 metres dead on the dome.
And he was sitting there. So when we did come across, well, all right, firstly, we thought he was 30 metres closer than he was. So we ducked into the scrub early, and it was nowhere to be seen. And then we heard him. That last
Made a big,
Last
big
breath.
cut.
last
just
breath.
that.
Some would call it a gurgle, but this thing sounded like a lion waking up with the sunrise.
That's a good way of putting it, actually. So yeah, we popped back out and then re-entered about 30 metres further down. The scrub.
Just had to make that clear.
Josh has been on his own way too long.
But just to clarify, yeah, we re-entered the scrub and there he was, just 5 metres in, and
Sitting up,
Laying there in a perfect prone photo position, dead as a maggot.
looking like he was about to get up and
but
just
exactly,
bolt.
looking like he
Yep.
could spring up at any moment. So we proceeded with caution, and he did move. So he was dead as a doornail, and just what an experience. I was
Pretty awesome, mate. Like if you guys have ever helped a mate out or whatever to get a deer, man, like today, and even with Josh's red and even Zach's red and whatever, it's just awesome. Like to have that opportunity to walk up and see his face and the giggle and the laugh and even the crutch grab of nerves. It's pretty awesome, man. But that's how memories are made. And
That wasn't
it's-
nerves.
it's-
He
it's on
just
his-
readjusted because he was so excited.
Yeah, that's right. He was
just
holding himself up.
tucking the waistband, But no, it was very special, and I got so much out of seeing how excited. Well, firstly, it was an honour. Firstly, to be able to get in front of that deer and Hainesy to get us there, but then to see his excitement as well, his excitement for me and how happy he was, that just made it even more
But
special.
I don't think you realised how good of a deer it was until we got back to camp and I grabbed Hainesy's biggest deer from the trip and stuck it in between the antlers of yours. And your face just dropped. Then I've grabbed my red deer and my red deer fits in between the... like,
pretty much, because I was there for that fellow that Hainesy shot last weekend, and I thought that was a stomper. And then as soon as you put that in between the one I shot, my jaw hit the ground.
He's a big boy.
So and I can't thank Hainesy enough. It's been an amazing day.
Team effort. Man.
neither of us... Like,
I
us
didn't
three...
pull the trigger. You had to make the shot with a bung rifle.
It's true.
But no, she what we did after we regathered ourselves and had a bit of a recap back on what happened between us while we're waiting for Josh and Zach to come over and give us a hand. Caleb walked down to the shooting position and I actually range finded it. And the reason he hit it was because it was 91 metres. So we were 8 metres inside that safe zone of hitting the target of 100 metres. But no, she was perfect. Like definitely a great shot. Like done really well. And to hold your composure and pull off a shot like that and something on that size, like even for me, like I felt the rush and the excitement on seeing that animal, and to hear the thud of the hit, it was like, because Caleb looked to me and he goes, I reckon I hit him too far back. And I said, mate, that sounded sweet. It sounded pretty good.
Shortly after we rocked up, Hainesy's explaining to us what happened. This is just the video I took at the time.
We come down here because we thought it was 30 metres closer, like down there. We went in.
You can hear the excitement in his voice.
No, it was a... Like that. And I'm like, bloody hell. And I'm like, he's over here. But then I thought he was maybe 5 metres from where we were. But he was 30 metres.
Yeah, fuck.
And we came around here and I went there to see colour. And I thought he was sitting there ready to bloody run through. But he was dead stone cold, man.
First one you saw?
First buck,
Yeah. Not the first deer we seen, it was the first one.
We've seen a few more does.
Oh,
mate,
it was like 30, 40 of them.
Heaps of does, mate. It was like mob of sheep, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're just like...
Oh, here. And then when I...
So yeah, that's just a little audio clip of Hainesy. You can hear the excitement in his voice. Yeah. Ryan, Caleb's standing there like a fucking stunned mullet, just...
Yeah, doesn't know what to do.
It was all slowly sinking in, like it was all just dawning on me. After the initial rush of adrenaline and excitement.
What do I do with my hands?
Readjust myself several times.
This begs the question, Caleb, is it better than sex?
No.
I reckon.
But it's pretty bloody good.
I reckon your jock sticking to your your junk would beg to differ.
It's a close second at this point.
But yeah, we had a killer day. We come back, took a bunch of photos, come back to camp. Josh caped him out and
cut him up.
Skinned him, and so we
had another caping job to do.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I'm
quick run out.
Just about to whip me knives out to cape out and butcher up Caleb's fallow, and the phone rings. Shot a red. I'm like, oh no. Anyway, mate of mine shot a nice 13-pointer on the other side on another property, not far from here, and had to basically whip Caleb's cape off and get into it and get his meat sorted.
Could you pack any more innuendo into one sentence?
Anyway, you know where I'm going with that. And go around there with Josh and Caleb, and we helped my other mate cape out and butcher up his red stag, which he had harvested that morning as a trophy, which is pretty cool as well. Like, just to get out and help other people and enjoy their success is pretty cool. That is why I am a hunter. Like, is the community and just being available and helping people out. But even if you are in amongst the the heat of the moment, I guess, as well, making it, just going to do it. Like, you just got to do it.
Yeah, you guys went and done that. I stayed in camp to attempt to
cut
butcher
up one leg.
Butcher my red deer.
8 hours later.
Yeah, it was a struggle.
One backstrap fixed.
I was not doing well. I was struggling. I was struggling. I wasn't in the mood to eat. But then Hainesy's mate Judd rocked up and he gave a hand. But then
Juddy the butcher.
You guys got back, and then soon after you guys got back, we had some more hunters roll into camp.
Oh, that's right. It's been a big day.
And Joshy boy got to teach out some other guys how to cape out another deer.
It's been a threesome today.
Nick and his mates
three cape outs.
Nick and his mates dropped in with a nice velvet rooster from the area. They were on a property not too far away, and they're like, "Oh, Hainesy knows what to do. We'll see if we can go see him." And they've come around, decked out, and rocked up in their Ram truck and freaking.
That Ram was pretty nice.
Clean camos.
Jesus.
It doesn't look like they've been hunting for a few
6
days. They're
month
way too
old.
clean.
Yeah.
I sat in that Ram and I wish I didn't because I might have to buy one now. Cranking stereo, 18 speaker stereo, sub the whole lot, mate. Like factory.
Bloody
And
hell.
I turned it up onto 40 and it was crystal clear the whole way through.
Bloody hell.
And how
Sounded
much?
nice
And he
too,
didn't
actually.
have to wait a year for it either, I don't think.
I'll settle down. And it came with a radio. Mine doesn't.
No,
5.7
all cup
litres.
holders.
Came with like a 20-inch screen in the thing, man, and the more leg room you can poke a stick at. Like
The steps fold out. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He presses
Yeah,
the button.
electric come out by themselves and then tuck it back up.
But they had when he opened up the tub, just the amount of dust that got sucked in there from the dirt road.
Yeah.
They're like, oh no, our hunting bags are dusty.
What I'm worried about that is more the barbecue, mate. Like he just dug it up out of the Simpson desert.
I think if you can afford that vehicle, you can afford a detail when you get home. So
You should have just offered him
think
your Makita blower. You would have cleaned them straight up.
That would have given him a really good. That would have been a good idea, actually. Didn't even think of that.
But yeah, we
But no, I was chatting to Nick a couple of days ago and said, mate, like come over, whatever, and catch up and say good day. But yeah, because his mate shot that rooster this morning and whatever else, and finally when the service kicked back in after the sun eclipse thing blew up, whatever it was, and they wiped out some satellites and stuff that I hadn't heard of before, I was like, man. But anyway, I won't go into that. I don't even know what he was talking about. But yeah, it's just good to have those guys come over. And that's like I was getting back to you before with the community. Like, you know, we're all South Australian, Southeast based. We're all like-minded people, hunting, shooting, gathering, fishing, harvesting animals for food, plate, trophies as well. And then just to show those guys how to phase cape out the rooster.
it was good.
Yeah, they were
Beautiful deer.
It was a real pretty nice, nice evenly shaped rooster stag. So yeah,
very symmetrical. It was good adding that extra element of complete strangers rocking up and us
Yeah.
getting to meet them.
yeah.
It's funny how you
And
just
then
sort of
bowing
all
down to
gel,
you.
like instantly, like you know, you have that common ground with hunting, and everyone's friendly and polite.
100%.
and Get along
Yeah.
and have
Yeah.
a couple of beers or whatever.
No, it was good. It was good. Even though I was recovering, it was.
Yeah,
it was
someone
good.
didn't have any beers.
No.
You big girl.
Yeah, I know.
No beers, playing with his deers.
Yeah. But no, all in all, it's been a pretty good day, I reckon.
I like the having all the heads lined up on the fence, man. Oh,
It was good with the rooster out there having the 3 species up against there.
yeah.
Well, 4 species. The
All the moose.
moose.
Yeah, the moose. Yeah.
Just getting back to that, guys. The mini moose that Caleb harvested this morning is an absolute one of a kind. Like, well, it's not a one of a kind, but it is a beautiful fallow trophy buck that he shot this morning.
I'm pretty sure this is what Caleb said after he done it.
Dad, I did it!
Didn't hear what that was.
It's Ilias after he shot his first fish with the bow. He goes, Dad, I did it!
Yeah. Look, I still think Caleb's a bit speechless. Like, he's not really forming sentences together well when he's trying to string out this story about his shot. I think he's still in a bit of shock.
It's like
I
when you have
think
a
he's
kid,
just
mate,
tired.
you're just fucking shell shocked. Just shell shocked. Was that real? And when we came back and Hainesy was caving out and we're sitting on the grass there, and I was like, is this a dream? Like, is this real?
He's just sitting there pinching himself like, I'm going to wake up any moment and I'm going to cry because this hasn't been real. Like,
It was even like when I took you out, Zach, yesterday morning. So much has happened in 48 hours. It's ridiculous, but
feels like a week.
you know, like to walk out there, bang, deer on the ground, and then you're back at camp, you're cutting it up, you're doing all that, and before you know it, you're having lunch or late brekkie.
Just
and
to shout
then
out to those brekkie sandwiches we've been having. Bacon, egg, freaking hash
browns, potato and onion.
Gourmet freaking
Bit of
eating.
secret sauce, mate.
Sriracha mayo.
Yeah.
We thought we'd nailed it last weekend with, what do we have? Hash browns, bacon, onion,
Yeah.
sliced potatoes,
Yeah.
sriracha mayo,
Yeah.
barbecue sauce,
Yeah.
egg. cheese in toast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've added the extra element of avocado this weekend, thanks to Zach.
Avocado feta zesty lime dip. Oh.
Yeah, and
bit
Zach
cool, mate.
Zach adds his little extra. He's got a special ingredient to his every meal, which is like
6 kilos of
a
salt.
kilo of salt per bite.
I'm an advocate for salt, mate, but
That is next
you're
level.
neck level.
Yeah, man.
He assaults salt.
I put just as much pepper on as salt, so
But
Far out.
I've got to give it to you, Caleb. Like you deserve it, man. That was a cracker. You put in the hard yards.
Yeah.
And it is a cracker.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate. I agree.
It is a cracker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's well worth the kilometres and the hours.
And it's worth seeing your face after having a look up your ass all last week.
It's a big ass.
You can't miss it, mate. That's what caused the solar eclipse.
Mate,
Knocked
there's
out-
some-
It might be a big ass, but a long nail needs a heavy hammer, my friend.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
so Josh is the heavy hammer then? I don't get that analogy,
He's
man.
talking about his.
Just keep thinking about it. You'll get it. A long nail needs a heavy hammer.
But you're short. So then you're another.
Yeah, but he's solid too.
Just keep thinking about it.
It's like it's a counterweight.
Keep thinking.
Chode?
So this is deer
Yeah.
camp
We're all-
antics. It's 10 p.m. here.
You look wrecked. I'm ready to go.
We are all pretty tired and worn out. It's been a big 17 days for me. It's been a big, what, how long have you been here? 48?
48 hours, yeah.
And he's almost the fourth ambulance trip out of here. Caleb's still on cloud 9. He's probably going to ride his moose out.
I'm pole vaulting out of here.
You'll be able to hold it above your head and just catch wind and be able to be like, use it as a sail and get back.
Just zip tie it to the front of the bull bar on the way home so you can just be loud and proud about it.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's not the only thing he's loud and proud about.
Yeah,
no?
you hit
I thought you were
hit
talking
down in
about
the
zip
Mardi
tying
Gras.
that to the steering wheel or something.
You
I can
zip-
drive home.
Yeah, put that.
You zip tie the antlers of the bull bar and you hit Jip Jip Road, hit a fella, and a break an arm.
I reckon the most
Probably not a good idea.
nerve-wracking part of Caleb's day today was Josh freaking skull-capping it with the chainsaw, just waiting for the kickback.
Oh,
Yeah, take off it. Yeah.
Take off the palm.
I must admit, I was holding onto that saw with much rage. I did not want to stuff anything up on that one. The rooster didn't care. Just cut the head off. Don't mind that. But this fellow, I got a lot of
Sorry,
history
Nick's
with this
mate.
fellow. Last year, I seen him multiple times throughout the rut, and then also in June, July, I had him at about 100 metres with another 15, 20 or so deer, and got some really nice pictures of him. So to have a mate come down and take him is pretty cool. He's a freaking well done, man. He's a cracker, eh?
It's special.
And a cracking
Thanks
shot.
heaps, man. It's been awesome.
Yeah. To have no,
Veth Bethel deer for Veth Bethel.
I can't talk. I cannot talk.
but not only that, man. You had no confidence last weekend in your gun after shooting that box.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 loads into that box.
The box of confidence.
But you know what I mean.
No, I
Like,
didn't. And I didn't have time during the week to be able to get to the range or anything. So
Yeah.
I was coming back up here with the same busted ass thing.
Oh, I had a similar issue. My scope rail was loose, so I've had to mark where my scope was sitting, pop the scope off, tighten the rail up, put the scope back on, and I've said, Hainesy, I don't know what my rifle's going to do. I hope to fuck us.
Oh, man.
Yeah, nah, buy some fucking quality gear.
If you're a hunter out there and you're listening, guys, get quality. Your gun and your scope, that the thing that holds them to each other,
Just do the fucking
is
mounts up properly.
the most important part of your kit.
A little bit of blue Loctite
Yeah.
on you. You know.
If you're unsure on fitting it, get it fitted by a pro.
Yeah. I want to say thank you, actually, Josh. This has been an amazing whirlwind so far. And it hasn't, and the rut hasn't actually started.
Yeah,
yet.
it officially hasn't kicked off.
I've been running for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, someone's going to be running when he gets home.
The deer haven't been able to keep up with him.
Yeah, it's been crazy, actually. Crazy ride.
We've had some good times, man. It's been really good.
So what do we have
Many
out
more
there?
to come.
7 deer lined up against the fence.
Yeah. 7 awesome stories.
Oh, not the 7th one. The 7th one's that little...
Oh,
little
the
tiny-
roadkill
the
beast.
roadkill one that
That's
you
a
picked
good
up
story.
on.
That is a story, mate. We're driving down to go on Cape Dan's Red Out, and I was like, there's a fox. I was like, awesome. And then I went, hang on a minute, what's he eating? Far out. Hello. Oh, Josh goes, it's got antlers.
After seeing Caleb's deer, I wouldn't call those antlers toothpicks
Well,
or something.
it's a brow tine off Caleb's.
The whole deer. Jesus, man. That thing is...
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the photos, by the time this episode's out, the photos will probably be on Josh's, Caleb's, and mine.
Everywhere.
You'll see it in fucking probably Wild Deer and all the magazines. It's
Yeah, there's going to be an article written up about this hunt. It's a pretty...
we have to find someone that can write first, but
I mean,
crickets.
You can't talk at the moment, so hopefully...
I can't talk, but-
ship is better.
give me a laptop or a pen and paper and I'll get to work.
Yeah.
he'll be able to spin a good
Especially
story.
because last weekend we
Give him a
ran
crown.
around chasing. We seen him last weekend. And me and Caleb were like, I'm like, did you see that buck? And he's like, I seen that buck. And he goes, that one in front was good, but the one behind him was like, heck. And he's like, far out, man. That looked massive, eh?
Yep.
And I'm like, that was massive.
I think that one up front we saw this afternoon.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think, yeah, further down. About a K down the road, I reckon. I reckon he's
Yep.
the same. Actually.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, because he did look, that other one that was in front of him is still a nice animal.
Yeah.
Beautiful
yeah.
animal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stunning. He was even. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, a little more even, but yeah.
So
Could
this
be
is
that one that I had on camera last year that I showed you just before.
Yeah.
It could be that one.
Yeah.
Does it look even like that?
Yeah.
2 even nice palms? Yeah.
Definitely.
Far out. If that is him, that'd be cool.
Mm.
Having deer on camera and then to...
Well, you've got the
12
cell
months
camera,
ago.
so you get the email when you're in signal. So you actually got Caleb's buck on camera this morning,
Yes.
just
20
before you
past
got out
6.
there.
20 past 6. He
So
went
an
past the
hour
camera.
before you shot it, he was on the camera.
Yeah, I didn't know that though.
You shot him at 7 o'clock, didn't you?
Yeah, 7 o'clock, 7:05,
Yeah, so
something like that.
Yeah, it was very, very awesome.
Undeniably, man. That was, yeah.
Even though I've done a lot of hunting and whatever, I froth on this, eh? Like every
How
hunt,
excited does he get when that
I
deer drops?
Love it.
Oh, that was the cool part. It was just like bear hugs all around and high fives, and he gave
Tony
me more.
sticks.
He was more confident than me that I'd hit the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I heard the thump when the round hit.
Well, you heard that front off shoulder smashing.
Yeah, I heard when you pulled the trigger, I heard the hit, which sounded like frontal area, but I also heard it was a thump crack, I knew it hit something hard. So, yeah, ears like this, mate, you can hear a fair bit. But no, I knew it was a good shot, and I said to him, look, because he goes, oh, I don't know about my shot. I said, no, mate, you got him, he's stuffed.
Only because he was moving into the scrub when I pulled
It was
the trigger.
actually, yeah. If this buck, guys, has been going into the scrub, it's like he just bails his does and goes in straight away, like at a certain time in the morning. And this is about 7 days ago, I reckon, we seen him, and he just went straight into the bush. Didn't muck around. And then the
They
next...
don't get old in this big one.
Yeah, and the
By
next
being
day did
stupid.
the same thing. And on that first occasion when we first saw him, I said to the guys, look, I'm going to be selfish on this one and take it for myself. And then we seen him again, and I did it again. And then today, I was like, shoot him, man.
What do you reckon the rough age is on that fella?
Oh, I'd say about 8 to 10. He's a real big old fella. Like he's definitely, I reckon he's hit his peak.
You reckon next year would have started going back, or
It's hard
do
to
you reckon he's going
say,
back
mate. Like
this year?
because of the aerial culling and the ground culls and whatever else, he might have come unstuck maybe this year. You don't know, but he survived. He survived all that last year, so
Just by the looks of it, looks like he's got a bullet hole in one of the.
He's got a little.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
He's got a unique cavity in his antler.
We've been arguing all day over what it could be, whether he's put a stick through it in velvet or.
I reckon it looks like a 17 HMR round, actually. Yeah. Like,
Do you reckon,
small
because
diameter.
it hasn't gone all the way through and it's got the two holes next to each other, you reckon it's ricocheted out? And
Yep. It's
busted through?
His head's turned on a slight angle and it's just hit that palm and just gone in and out with those two neat little holes. And to be honest, I reckon it's a 17 HMR that's done it. 100%.
Yeah.
Fucking oath.
It's definitely a smaller caliber.
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
But this deer, guys, he's heavy from the coronet to the very fine point at the top of each antler, and he's probably
Fucking wide.
we haven't even measured it yet with the length, but I'd say it'd be 31 inches or 30 inches.
What do you reckon he is across? He's more than that.
33, maybe 35. He's pretty wide. He's a very, very awesome trophy.
I got the soft tape. We'll get it out after.
Yeah. And not only that,
Deer.
this time last year.
Well, you shot the biggest deer. And we need to prove you we're bigger otherwise.
This time last year, not far from the same location, Josh yourself took a nice fallow buck in that area.
Yeah.
And your red wasn't shot too far from there
Oh,
either.
yeah.
It was around the other side
that's
of the other
right.
patch of scrub
Yeah.
When was
last week.
that? How long ago was that?
last
The
week.
red.
Yeah.
Like a week ago. Yeah.
Far out,
Last
man.
Thursday, I reckon, because I was at work and I was almost crying, like I've still got another week to go. Don't shoot all the deer on me.
Far out.
I was that worried that I'd show up and there'd be no deer, like just nothing. Because I had
Monday morning, the 22nd, I reckon,
Yeah, I think
Judd-
it might have been.
Judd shot his red,
Yeah, the next day.
and then was that the next day? Was
I
it?
think so. Yeah. Tuesday or something. Maybe Wednesday.
I reckon you shot it Wednesday.
Yeah. Don't know, man.
Gets
all
a
a blur.
blur.
It's
So much happens down here. It's
we
it's
after those guys came, we went and cut wood, split all the wood up,
that's right.
chucked it in the trailer,
Far out. Yeah.
Went for
Cleaned
an
up.
afternoon stalk.
went for an afternoon
hunt.
stalk. Hainesy and I went off looking for a rooster.
Yep.
Not much success. Seen a few red hinds. Hainesy
Seen a rooster, did a Houdini on us.
just disappeared.
Just
I never
vanished.
got to lay eyes on her. You two went for a walk. You seen?
Yeah, we seen that. A nice little fallow buck skylighted itself actually against the sunset.
That would have been.
And he gave us a show. I wish I had a decent camera because he sort of stopped and it was like in this perfect clearing and he looked at us like he could wind us because the wind was terrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
And yeah, it just sort of gave us a bit of a view of both sides of him, which is good.
Yeah, I wish we were close at the time because that would have been a great photo.
Yeah.
How those moments, man, is where my mind just goes far out. That's made my afternoon walk. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, it's you don't have to shoot something.
You know
It's
what made
just
my afternoon walk? Seeing that pure white fallow.
She was pretty cool, man.
I was infatuated on her when you spotted that rooster. I'm just like, oh, maybe I might grab the rifle and try and take her for a skin because she was fucking
Pretty nice skin,
Or
man.
what?
like just it looked
show
like
you.
yeah,
I reckon I've seen her.
pure white.
Yeah. I reckon we've seen her.
You're not down the tavern.
No, yeah, and that's the thing that like I said to Caleb, I said we were getting out of the car tonight. I said I don't really want to shoot anything. I just want to hear them and see them.
Yeah,
Like, that's all I
we
want
had
to
a few reds roaring off in the distance and a few fallow. I went out and took a slash behind camp here tonight, and before the wind picked up, we heard a couple of fallow going off its tits. Sorry, Josh wanted the fallow
Just so you-
great going.
You know what we're talking about with the vocals that the deer do this time of the year in the rut. There's a red's roar, which is this.
It will all be on the same episode as last night anyway. I'll join them all together. And
if you're in the vicinity of that gets you going
Yeah,
pretty
it's so
good.
good.
It does.
It's amazing how far it travels on a clear. Like as soon as that wind dies down, you just hear it in the distance.
And deer have the sound that pierces through your bones, and you said it before, like it just vibrates through your entire body, and you're like, oh.
The craziest one we have would be Samba when they're barking at you.
Yeah.
The honk.
Yeah, just the
Oh, man.
boom.
That echo is so
Yeah.
bad, man. I was honked
It
once
goes
and-
through you, man.
Wow.
I
I
nearly
was
dropped
like,
my
what
gun.
is that?
Seeker do very similar, and they make a real unreal noise. But just imagine being near a screaming elk, like just going off its tits. How you would just feel it through every inch of your body.
The other week. We did. Yeah. A little bit of a
That's
bugle.
right, we
It was-
did
it was a bit of a
too.
special bugle, but
Yeah, we did.
not
We actually
quite pure
did.
breed, I don't think. But
Yeah, there was reds roaring and carrying on, and then this thing was just like, was that an alpaca getting stuck in the fence or what?
Yeah, you get some genetic
Old mate
throwbacks
must
out
have
here.
tried to go over the fence and got his kahunas caught.
Yeah, so I'm heading out for a quick. I'm leaving early in the morning, but I'll go for a quick stalk. You guys are going to go for a quick stalk in the morning, or
Quickie.
time goes
maybe
back?
help Josh pack up, I think, but we'll see.
I reckon I'll stay back and help Josh, and then you two can go for a quick one.
See if we can.
What do you reckon?
shoot
Does that sound like a plan?
reach.
Well, they can go for a quick hunt, we'll go for a quick one.
They don't have to know. We can do what we want.
Yeah. No, that's the thing about down here. You can hunt, you can cook up food, you can do whatever you want down here. It's no stress, no pressure.
Drive back down to
Freaking awesome.
Adelaide afterwards and
Yep.
back to work Monday.
I'm looking forward to seeing the family.
Yep.
Yeah. Halfway through,
It's only been 2 days for me. I couldn't
17.
imagine 18 days
yeah.
for you tomorrow.
Yeah, 8 days ago the family got COVID, so I had to push on another 8 days of hunting, which was pretty hard. But no,
I still reckon you mailed that to him. You got someone to cough into an envelope, put a stamp on it, sent it to him, just to get some more hunting time.
No, it's been pretty good, eh? And like you said, everyone just sort of. It's not. I don't think it's about who pulls the trigger at the end of the day.
No.
It's about just mates being around camp and enjoying each other's company and enjoying each other's successes and
And shit talking.
giving each
Like,
other shit.
just-
That's so good.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, but no offence taken.
Caleb shot the biggest deer and he's been coughing it all day. Like,
But it's amazing, like, how you feel connected with you know, when you're out with your mates to each shot. Like, in some way you're connected. Even if you're not, like, we weren't there today
Yeah.
with Caleb and Josh.
we're there
but-
afterwards. We
But
still
yeah,
got the
we
highs.
were there after and things like that. And Josh, when you shot your fellow the other week,
That's right.
you know, like
All
we
got
could
our
see it
part.
unfold and hear it. And, yeah.
And
Yeah,
just
amazing.
just knowing that I was coming up here this weekend and then seeing your stories on Instagram, and I'm just like, oh, that's what's got shot. That's what's got shot. And I'm just like, I'm gonna be there soon, you know. So like like even though I wasn't there, it felt like I was there celebrating in your successes.
Pipes you up, doesn't it?
Oh,
The
dude.
thing that gets me excited is when you shut the ute door and it's still dark and you take your first 5 steps and you go, I don't know what I'm going to see in a minute.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, down. I'm like ready to roll, you know what I mean?
No, it's just good being
So
deer camp. It's
excited,
good,
man.
good with a good crew.
Yeah.
Good
And
food.
She's been a good couple of weeks. The guys that coming down here, they're like-minded, and everyone does their part at camp, help tidying up, cleaning up, and cooking
Cooks,
food.
cleans.
One's cutting up meat, the other one's making coffees, and you don't have to think about that. Even though it's a little pity job, but it's still something else you don't have to do, and that's really appreciated through having good fellas around me and doing that. So the guys that have been down and that, just freaking awesome people.
Yeah,
Get-
help
get
with
around
chores
it.
around the farm with you.
Yeah.
Do bits and pieces.
Lucky Zach's going home because I'm sick of tripping over his gear.
Just thinking that. He was like a bloody nuclear bomb went off this week.
Look where he's put his box.
That's so I don't forget it, because I'm going to go chuck it straight in the fucking car tonight so I can go for a stalk first
I won't be able to
thing.
hunt next week because I broke my leg. Shit, go over in the dark.
That's all right. You can get one of those little four-drive scooters you guys were talking about earlier.
True.
That would be amazing. Electric scooter just cruising around.
Hey, Caleb, it's still not going to help you get over a fence.
It might be quieter.
Did he
for
go
him.
over a fence, did he?
No, he went through.
It'd be quieter than him walking through the bush.
I'll put you through a fence in a minute.
I'd like to see it try.
Can be done.
You'd fit quite easily. You wouldn't even fit between the
He cramp
strands.
up when he tries to go grab me, mate. So
It's because he doesn't have enough salt, mate.
That easy, is it? Oh. Just pour some salt down my neck.
Starting to get a bit salty around here.
It is.
All right, I reckon we'll call that it. Thanks for joining Deer Camp 2020.
2022.
2022.
You fucking
hell.
dead set look wrecked, eh?
I'm fucked.
You've been hitting
2022. Where are we?
This episode's delayed.
due to COVID reasons.
Yeah. No, just the host
Well,
is a
Zach
bit
just
delayed.
woke up, so he's back with us.
You need another beer, mate.
I don't
See,
drink
if you had a beer through the day, just a cheeky like sip here and there, you would
did.
be fine. You'd be fine.
I've had 3 ciders today, and they're both fucking all 3 of them are 2%, man.
All nails going down.
In 8 hours, cutting up that leg.
Dude, I
I'll
was
tell
just,
you what, though, I'll give it to you, man. You brought all his gear down, and he's prepping all his meat and everything that we harvested off these deer that he shot, and he's taking it all home, cryovac and packed, so he can just chuck it straight in the freezer.
got all the bones in one bag, so I can go make bone
Yeah.
broth. I've got
Yeah.
heart, kidney, liver, all that ready. I reckon I'll do some
You can
liver
keep your
pate.
kidney and your liver, all right, and your heart.
Yeah, you can stick it.
Yeah, you all need that, but the deer liver you can have as well.
Yeah, you fellas certainly don't have your livers, man, the way you fellas drink.
Hey, I'm
This
on,
is nothing,
I'm on
by the
water,
way.
mate.
Water and coffee,
The old mother's milk.
Yeah.
where I'm on mother's cans.
Yeah.
How the hell do you drink
sounds
that
worse.
crap?
He has 2
Gets me
cans a
going.
day.
Bro,
That's where mother's
That's horrible
milk comes
for you,
from,
man.
Mother's cans.
When you're up at 3:40 every day,
coffee.
I have 2 cans and 2 cups by 7 o'clock.
Bro, man.
Wait, not only does Zach addicted to salt, but he's also addicted to freaking sugar.
Yeah.
That's why I go
How
on
many caramel koalas did you have today?
2.
I've been looking for some lollies or some chocolate all day to keep me just to perk me up a little bit. And I turn around, and old mate drops 10 caramel koala packets on the table and goes, "Shit, I'm out." And I'm like, "Out of what?" And he goes, "Koalas." And I went, "Flipping out." I said, "How many you had?" And he goes, "Oh, not many." Whilst drinking a mother can.
I brought fucking 5, man. Jesus.
Freaking hell.
You know how to tell a long tale, don't you?
Hey, mate, don't start shooting me, mate. You're the one who eats the chocolate and the sugar and the...
I had to. You know, all
Yeah.
the shit you guys bring, I was eating my feelings away, you know?
Nah, it's good.
It was good. So we've realised we're not in 2020, we're 2022, and yeah, we'll catch you guys later. Thank you for joining.
Catch ya.
See you
Gotcha.
guys.